Round doing for fun?
Well, it'd be a cracker, wouldn't it, to have a nine-darter in pairs. And I mean, I'd love to have seen Magnus take the 1-4-1 out, because that would have really started this tournament off.
Japan against Spain. Spain, one of the emerging nations of darts.
Yeah, Carlos Rodriguez has been around a good few years. He's had a good couple of performances in Pro Tour events. But the Japanese, they've played a lot of soft tip. They're now starting to play steel tip. They're young men, they fear no one. And I expect them to have a real good go at the Spanish here.
They were practising on boards right next to each other here, and you could sense a bit of tension there.
16.
And there is that atmosphere. You want to do well for your country.
Yeah, what happens, Dave? I mean, when you practice on the boards, you're looking at the other player to see what he's doing. If he hits a bad score, you're saying, yeah, please keep doing that. It just gives you a bit of confidence. But it's all who settles into this game the easiest, the quickest.
45.
And the prize for the winner of this one, a showdown with England tonight.
Well, that'd be a battle for them, but I can assure you they're not thinking of the England game at the moment. They just want to get over this first round. And of course, if they do get over the first round, they've got the advantage that they've already played a game.
OK, commentary, Nigel Pearson and Dave Lanning.
Yes, here we go. Spain versus Japan. Intercontinental darts. Who'd have thought we'd be seeing such a fixture when we first started doing taproom darts in pretty
60.
much this part of the world. The Japanese have been on the fringe of big-time darts for a while. Haven't really emerged as we'd hoped they would. And the Spaniards, and this guy, Carlos Rodriguez, has been
28.
making an impact on the world scene. So too is this little fellow, Nigel. You remember he gave Ronnie Baxter a bit of a gallop for his money in the World Championship earlier this year.
Yes, Haruki Muramatsu, 33 years of age. Lost to Ronnie in that first round
100.
after beating the Polish star Krzysztof Szuk in the preliminary round. But a very slow start from both pairings in this game so far, and as Dave and Rod just mentioned,
60.
England await the winner, Taylor and Wade. And so far, a very slow-paced start to this game. Yachi competed on the PDC Pro Tour. He's 35 years of age, and a big occasion for him
85.
this afternoon.
Well, it's perishing cold up here in County Durham, -9 out there. Even the Huskies are staying in their kennels. But we're warming up a bit here.
Much more like it from Carlos Rodriguez, the Spanish assassin as he's known, 31 years of age. And a very slow first leg to this match, but that's more like it for Rodriguez on his last visit. This man walked a long way to the Alexandra Palace from the train station when there was snow at the World Championships last Christmas, if you remember that.
So this is Antonio Alcinas, who is emerging and has qualified for the World Championship. Double 14, treble 14 looking forward there.
50.
But the Japanese aren't out of it. Here is Taro Yato from Tokyo, looking at 111. Chances 19 for double 16. He might go for 11 here, working it out. Wonder if the Japanese thinking European numbers. Double top, he knows which way to go, though, that's for sure.
71.
That was
Spain
a decent effort from
63.
Taro Yachi of Japan, and now Carlos Rodriguez sat on 63. He's going for tops now for a 1-0 lead for Spain. No problem, first attempt at a double. Carlos Rodriguez is the man who delivers the goods there, reached the last 32 of the World Championships in 2009, so has got the pedigree and got to the last 16 of a German Players' Championship back in March as well. So he knows how to play, Carlos Rodriguez, and look at that from Muramatsu. That was decent as well.
Appropriately, both the Spanish players are throwing ball darts.
140.
The Japanese, they've got unusual darts. This tournament does throw up some different makes and manufacturers. This guy here is throwing a 22-gram 888 dart, which I must say is a new make to me, Nigel. Where his partner has a 19-gram monster.
60.
That's the darts, of course.
And this man, Antonio Alcinas, you've mentioned, has qualified for the World Championship, Dave. He will face James Wade on
100.
Monday the 20th of December. And ironically, he'll face James Wade tonight in the World Cup if Spain overcome Japan, and they're 1-0 up already, with Phil Taylor and James Wade awaiting the winners of this tie.
60.
Rodriguez, 31, comes from Sabadell. And he's got a very confident, assertive style. And he knows where the trebles are.
First 180 of the match, and it's Carlos Rodriguez for Spain. And they're set on a finish now as well, to go 2-0 ahead. Yachi stays up the board with a tidy turn, but it may not be enough. Chance for Alcinas here to give Spain a 2-0 advantage.
Treble 14 would leave him 32. And he knows which way to go. And he knows how to hit them. That really was a tidy finish. Culminating with double 16. And the Spaniards, predictably, are looking the better of these partnerships at this stage.
Seen some pretty impressive performances throughout the afternoon. There's still more action to come after this, of course, but it's been an enjoyable afternoon of darts so far in the first round of the World Cup of Darts here in the Northeast. Some hugely entertaining action, and Spain playing well here, averaging 90.
60.
Hasn't really happened darts big time in Japan. We've been looking for them to emerge for about the last 25 years, but the sport just hasn't happened. But we feel like so many other nations, if they could just find a player
100.
who could compete on terms with the very top boys, that would lift the game, inflame it, ignite it in the land of the rising sun. I can remember once, you know, Nigel, that Eric Bristow won a major tournament in Tokyo,
100.
which paid him a prize of 40 million yen. And they paid him out in cash, and he went back to his hotel room and poured it all on the bed and rolled in it. 42,000, I'm told, by Eric. 10 million yen, 42,000. I was close anyway. I seem to remember that Eric had to bring it back through the customs in a suitcase. they raised their eyebrows somewhat.
Nice tidy darts from Rodriguez there. And Spain look in control of this game early on. Remember, first to 6 legs if you've just joined us on this Friday afternoon. Live sporting action in the Northeast, the World Cup of Darts, and the big boys are in town tonight. The seeds come into play in the second round of the World Cup. Make sure you join us for that.
Haruki Muramatsu, little fella, tidy, unemotional. A little bit jerky, but he knows where the trebles are.
135. Spain
It's calculated there to leave double top, and this is Rodriguez. Needs to treble 20 now.
60.
Down to Yachi now. Can he get a leg on the board for Japan? Tops the target. Needs it. Decent marker, and there he goes with the second dice and the double. Japan are off the mark.
Game on.
But what it does mean, loser throws first, so Spain have the darts in this leg. 2-1 they lead now.
And the Spaniards have got a pretty impressive average, 90.59. There they are, you can see on our caption, against the Japanese 83.17, which is respectable enough.
Which backs up what I've said really throughout the afternoon.
60.
We've seen some excellent darts action today. It's been a good start to the Cash Converters World Cup of Darts here. And a great effort by everybody to make it happen.
100.
There'll be 1 or 2 different averages tonight, though, with the likes of Barney and Wade and Taylor and Whitlock. They'll all be here. Gary Anderson, of course.
But the fascinating thought is, will that upping in standard lift these players? And I think
140.
There have been players we've seen who will be carried on with the momentum, getting in against the real top boys in the world. They'll lift their game. It's a fascinating prospect.
Could well be some surprises tonight, Dave.
Yes, there could.
100.
World Cups in any sport notoriously regurgitate some curious results.
Look at this from Muramatsu.
140.
Well, so close to the first 180 of the game for Japan, but nice tidy darts, and Japan could be challenging for a level playing field here to go 2 apiece.
100.
Nice tidy time from Antonio
161.
Alcinas, and now it's down to Yachi for Japan.
And now
55.
104
Spain, you require 104.
Rodriguez, who has the experience and flair to hit this shot. Should come back for 20s now.
96.
Double 4 left,
Japan, you
and
require 106.
Muramatsu, one feels, has got to hit this 106.
Pressure on.
He's now only got one shot now. Needs treble 17.
82.
Tidied up,
Spain, you
but
require
might be
8.
too late, said Nigel. Double 4.
Antonio Alcinas then with pressure on him now, needs this double 4, double 2 for a 3-1 lead, double 1. Last chance, saloon, takes it. That is a big shot from Antonio Alcinas. Spain lead Japan, 3 legs to 1, and it's first to 6.
Well, there it is. In Spanish darts, they call it not the madhouse, the El Loco Hacienda. But not such a problem for Antonio Alcinas.
60.
And you get the feeling if Rodriguez can hit a big score here, it's a good start. Another treble 20 would really give Spain the advantage
100.
in this leg.
Darts really catching on and getting some momentum in Spain. We know that for coverage of our tournaments that go down to the Costas and the reaction we get there. And it would be a fascinating
41.
thought and interesting to see the reaction we would get, Nigel, if we could manage to promote a tournament down there in Spain. I think it would be an absolute socko.
Be a bit warmer than here.
Anywhere's a bit warmer than here at the moment.
60.
It's warmer than in Novosibirsk than County Durham at the moment.
But it's great to be here, really enjoying it. And Spain playing well, but don't rule out Muramatsu, made of stern stuff, a gutsy character. We saw that at the World Championships
60.
last time around, as he pushed Ronnie Baxter, as you mentioned earlier, Dave, in that first round clash. But this guy is a tidy
45.
player. Carlos Rodriguez is capable of better than that.
Taroyaki just showing a moment of emotion there. Inscrutable.
45.
Normally both these Japanese players. I like the look of Alcinas. He's in the World Championship. Just faintly reminiscent of Rab Smith in the way he looks, the
85.
great Scot who dominated darts for a couple of years way back in the 70s. Rodriguez then, as the Spaniards bid for a 4-1 dominating advantage here, and the right to meet the English, the mighty English, the hot anti-post favourites, and he's left double top. They were fair darts, those three from Rodriguez. Left his partner sitting pretty.
Yeah, terrific treble 17, wasn't it?
45.
That's exactly what I was saying
Spain,
in
the
a previous comment about Rodriguez. He knows what it takes, and now Alcinas sat on tops for a 4-1 lead. Oh, how many times has he done that? Taken 3 darts, but he's done the business, and Alcinas now has given